Welcome back, Sebastian here. So today I'm going to be starting my season previews for the 2024 F1 season, starting with Haas as they're the first team to do their official team launch. So there are two drivers for this year, Nico Hülkenberg from Germany and Kevin Magnussen from Denmark. So starting with some of their kind of career stats, starting with Nico Hülkenberg, 36 years of age. This past season he finished in 16th in the Drivers' Championship, and he's going into his 11th season of F1. This is his second season with Haas, having spent several years with Renault and Force India, as well as a 1 year with Williams, as well as some brief appearances for both Racing Point and Aston Martin as a reserve driver. Career races, 203 have done career starts, not career entries, so those numbers can be different. And 530 career points. A lot of those at Force India and at Renault. Of course, no podiums. That's the big joke that everyone likes to make with Nico Hülkenberg, unfortunately. The fact that I believe he has the Formula One record for the most races without a podium. Of course, if you don't have any podiums, you can't have any wins either. But he does have one pole position, which was actually in his rookie season in 2010. And of course, no championships. Now, moving on to his teammate, Kevin Magnussen, 31 years of age. He finished 19th last year. He's going into his 9th full season of F1, and this is his 7th season with Haas. Of course, he had that 1 year gap in 2021 where he didn't race for the didn't race in Formula One at all, actually. But he's a guy who's really become kind of synonymous with Haas, given he's been there so long. 163 career races for him. And 186 career points. Never really had the best cars to his career. I would say you can make a good argument that the 2014 McLaren or the 2018 Haas are probably the best cars that he has driven. He does have one podium, and that ironically was this very first race with McLaren, the 2014 Australian Grand Prix. Of course, no wins, but he did get a pole position. That was in the 2022 Brazilian Grand Prix. The same Grand Prix that Hülkenberg did, albeit 12 years earlier. Now, taking a look at Haas's record over the past years, starting with 2020, they had 3 points, and of course, that was a year that was hurt massively by the Ferrari engines, 9th in the constructors, and they only had 2 points finishes over that season. 2021, of course, we all know that season was an absolute disaster. They didn't spend any money. They brought in 2 complete rookies, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin, finished 10th in the constructors, of course, no point finishes. 2022, 37 points, first year of the new regulations, nice bounce back, but still not quite the same heights that they reached in 2018. I think they would have been hoping for a bit better results, given that they didn't basically sacrifice 2021 for 2022, and that they've been working on the 2022 car well in advance, basically, and investing a lot of their money into that car. 8th in the constructors and 8-point finishes across their 2 drivers that year, who were Magnussen and Schumacher. 2023, this past year, 12 points, 10th in the constructors, and 4 points finishes. So a bit of a decline, basically fell to the bottom of the grid, but to be honest, 12 points for the bottom place team in the F1 Constructors Championship is honestly pretty good historically, and in fact, I think you can probably make a record make an argument that they're the best worst team in F1 history. So of course, F1's become very competitive with the cost cap and with the recent rise in popularity thanks to Drive to Survive. Now, before I go into any kind of just talk of predictions for the coming season, I want to talk about some of the key people in the team. Of course, their longtime team principal Gunther Steiner was let go recently, and he's been replaced by Ayano Komatsu. So of course, he's basically been there for a month or so. They don't have any technical director right now. Simone Resta was let go as well at the same time as Gunther Steiner, and I haven't seen that they've replaced him with anyone. But of course, because of the Haas team model of being effectively taking as many parts from Ferrari, Dallara built a chassis, they don't really need a technical director, but they probably should. And of course, so their chief operating officer is a guy named Joe Custer. I went on his LinkedIn profile, and it seems like he's been working with Haas, at least on the NASCAR side of things, since 2002. He was listed on the Haas F1 Wikipedia page, so I thought maybe include him. Not really sure what his role is, other than the fact that he's chief off COO, and he's been there for a very long time. And of course, for Haas, they use Ferrari engines. One of two Ferrari customer teams, along with Stake F1 Sauber. Yeah, I think I'm just going to call them Sauber this year. But anyway, finishing up just talking about Haas and kind of how I feel they're going to do this year. I do think that they're probably not going to do that much better than they did last year. There's been rumors coming out about the team not really meeting their development targets, but to be fair, those are just rumors, and until we get to testing and even until we get to the first race, we don't really know for sure. I don't really expect a whole lot though. I think best case scenario for them, maybe they finish 8th or 9th in the constructors. I think the reality is that they have a decent lineup in Hulkenberg and Magnussen, decent qualifiers, decent racers. But I think until they fix their Achilles heel of their tire wear, I think they're constantly going to be kind of stuck at the bottom, perpetually stuck at the bottom, regardless of how fast the car goes in qualifying. So that's going to be one thing to really watch out for in testing and early in the season, is how is that tire wear, and are they able to race with the other teams? Like if they can race with quite a few other teams, then those teams towards the bottom of the grid, like the Williams, the Racing Bulls, Sauber, and even maybe Alpine, I think that would be a positive sign. That would be a positive kind of progress from 2023. But we'll see how it goes. And so that's all for my season preview of Haas. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.